those who wish to have it. All right, here we are now with a fiction critique from Dazzlecat's article, Garb of the Acolytes. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at it. Let's go for a quick overview. All right, we have, very nice pictures. Thank you to Heroes Forge, as it appears. Okay. The Brethren. Okay, so we have the flying ship of Boki. We have Old Fane. We have Applecomp Monastery and the Brethren. Interesting. Okay. There's a all right, we have a boat. We have some things over the things. All right, so let's zoom in a little bit here and go from here. Boki, the goddess of magic and secrets. She spread the knowledge of magic to those who were not giant kin during the time of the Rokentorn Empire, an empire of magical giants who once ruled all the world with a ruthless and savage magic. It was during their rule that the art of golem craft came to be. Okay. All right, so this sentence is a little bit long, and because we have two ideas that are being here. We have Boki spreading the knowledge to those who are not giant kin, and we have a definition of what the Hirokentorm Empire is. Okay, and this middle part here is the bridge between, so I can see what you're doing. You have the bridge during the time of the Hirokentorm Empire, and then you're adding adding it. So having just this sentence here is good, and then you can just put a a period there, and you can just I think just as easily just say this empire of magical giants, because it's just excuse me, it's a very directly afterwards. So I think that's a relatively easy fix there. Okay, really cool pictures though. The golem. Ooh, the gears. Wow, that is interesting. As the golems became more numerous and powerful, they were turned into war engines. Battered wrecks and scraps could be found everywhere. It was with several of these scraps that Boki crafted herself a golem ship. All of this she did mostly by mortal means, as she had to hide her true self by suppressing her powers so no other god would know she was defying the rule of Godsheim. Okay. Now, the same idea that we have about splitting up a paragraph, splitting up a sentence to one idea per sentence, it's an interesting choice here that you have 4 separate paragraphs to talk about this. Now, there is the meme, the tip top for paragraphs, when you change a topic, when you topic, place, time, or person. I think that's tip top. I say it enough. Time, person, topic, place. Okay. So while I say one idea should be per sentence, one topic should be one paragraph unless there's a change. And so here you say you're talking about defining your topic is important because we're talking about the topic, as I understand it, golems being war engines. So the fact that these were battered scraps could be everywhere. You could put these two sentences together, and then that would make it, a single paragraph. And then if you want, okay, then what Boki has done with those scraps could be a change of topic, and that thus a second paragraph. When we think of golems, and you really imply it here as well, that golems are humanoids. Okay. You're talking here also, they turned into war engines. Now, when I think of war engines, I'm thinking of tanks or something similar, um, but much larger. I'm not thinking of a humanoid. Okay. So, a little bit of clarification. I think the small paragraphs work here because of the layout. Okay, so let me zoom out. Eh, that is a very important consideration there, Emily. Um, but to have a single sentence be a paragraph, I'm not sure. Unless you started to throw in bullet points. I don't think by having these two sentences in a single paragraph would be too much. Okay. But I do really respect the idea of how the article looks and the layout to help consider how long a paragraph should be and the consumption of information. Right. Yeah. I'm only suggesting combining those two. Um, you know, uh, I don't know if combining those twos will work because this paragraph here is she crafted the Golem ship and why she did it. So that is kind of two different things. Once she completed her ship, she gathered a crew of loyal and devoted humans. For 3 human generations, she sailed the world before deciding her job was done. Okay. She took apart her ship, scattered the mortal pieces about the world, and retreated back to the God's to wait her seeds of magical knowledge to grow or die. Okay. Now, yeah, I can see the importance of the layout here, having the 3 pictures and having this is a challenge. It was originally a single paragraph that I split up due to layout. Okay, clarity is more important than grammatical correctness. Okay, I would give you that piece of advice. If being and uh, grammatically correct adds confusion, skip it. You want to be clear, and that's a judgment call that you would have to make, Dazzlecat, um, on what you feel is most clear on, and you can receive feedback. This is very clear. Um, I don't think combining this paragraph here would diminish the clarity, so that's why I would recommend it. Um, Having these pictures here are really cool looking, But when I zoomed in and it broke it down into, it feels like headers, but I can see how they're not. Uh, Again, a very challenging outline that you have there. Not outline, layout. All right. All right. She gifted each member of the crew a headband of braided leather blessed by her. Thank you very much, James, for the bits. These minor blessings granted them courage, insight, and tolerance for all climates. To this day, such headbands are given to all novelites who have passed their trials of enlightenment. Each of the three strands of the braid contain one of the blessings that will not work unless they are together as a whole piece. The dark cognac strand holds the tolerance for climate, the Griffin strand holds courage, and the Augustine strand holds insight. Okay, so one question I have is, does she continue to manufacture these headbands for everybody? Or are they is there a limited number? Because she gifted her member of her crew a headband, but then to this day, such headbands are given to all novelites. No, wait, novitiates? What is that word? That gets explained. Okay. Old Fane. I'm not sure what this word is. No. It's a good word. The period of state of being a novice, especially in a religious order. Novitiate. Okay, instead of an initiate, it's a novitiate. Okay, I like that word. All right. Again, we're getting into some difficult layout stuff here, but that's okay. The acolytes of Old Fane still wear the original style used by the crew of the flying ship of Boki. Oh, excuse me. I apologize for the yawns. They believe that they believe that to change would be to dishonor the origins of all acolytes. So it is their duty to the faith to maintain the style. Okay, uh, that paragraph needs some help. The word "that" almost can always be removed. Okay, they believe to change would be to dishonor the origins of all acolytes, period. It is their duty to the faith to maintain the style. Yeah. So, yeah, I would just, can I zoom in without losing that? All right, let's start another. All right, there we go. It's funny. I have my OBS up on the upper screen here, and so I go try to click that up there. All right. They believe that to change. Okay, we talked about that one. Just all you need, all I would recommend is get rid of the word "that," put a period there, and get rid of "so," and just capitalize that. Just split the sentence up. There is no distinction between master, grandmaster, or abbot. as this was meant to confuse the enemy during a troubling and dangerous era, a practice they still embrace. Okay, a practice they still embrace. Okay, you have your subject, practice, you have your verb, embrace. And so that is actually a complete sentence. So if you want to keep that together, then in the same sentence, you would need to turn this into a semicolon. A practice they still embrace. Because a semicolon, okay, let me just make sure I got the right one. Page 5. Okay, rule. Okay, do not join independent clauses with a comma. All right. The proper mark of punctuation is a semicolon. Okay, so there you go. Yeah, and as I'm rewriting my resume and I'm doing all this fun stuff here, I am I am keeping this very close at hand. um, I don't know. You guys hear all that? All right. Okay. The ranks of the masters are not a mark of privilege, but a dedication to the duties that see to the running of things. Okay. I love the sentiment. Yeah. Okay. I like that. All right. Let's zoom in a little bit further. Oh, that kind of, yeah, this really does mess things up when you zoom in. Old Fane. Okay, I better not keep doing that. Sorry about this, all the scrolling and stuff like that. It seems that if I zoom in too much, it messes things up. So we'll not do that. Her mountain retreat became the home of her crew, who, without the flying ship, still found a way to carry on her work. They took it upon themselves to ensure those who had magic used it by her teachings. Those who went the way of the Hrokentorm were hunted down. Over time, they stopped thinking themselves as Boki's crew and started to call themselves calling themselves Acolytes of Boki. The outfits they wore as her crew became their temple garb. Okay, very good. Um, the headbands of braided leather, enriched with the same blessings as those for her crew, remain unchanged. Though Boki is no longer a part of the world, her shrine within Old Fane grants the blessings to the new headbands. Okay, excellent. Good explanation there. Their clothing is of cotton and wool dyed in Augustine, a dark muted purple, and hearth coal, a muted black, made in the very same style as the crew wore back then, giving them a distinct olden look most folks have named acolyte, acolytic dress. Okay, good. Um, Again, you anytime you have one sentence per paragraph, you should really look into seeing if you really need to have it as one sentence. In this, okay, a hearth coal, a muted black. So the talking about the colors can be one sentence. Style would be a second sentence. Okay. And you can just say, I would say their clothes, but that is kind of repetitive. So you could say their robes or their garb are made in the very same style. Okay, and so get rid of the and say something like their garb or uniform or robes, however you want to use it. Just put in a new subject there to be able to break up the sentence, but don't use the same, don't just use the word clothes as it's repetitive. How much of the acolyte dress, how much of the acolytic dress an acolyte wears is a symbol of their rank? Petitioners are given hearth coal armbands of cloth and continue to wear their regular clothes. Okay, this is good information. I would probably, unless you do this later, you could expand upon this because you say stage 1, armband. Stage 2, shirt. Stage 3, shirt and pants. Stage 4, headdress. You know, something like that. Once a petitioner has completed their primary studies and are accepted for further training as a novitiate, they are given a one should top of hearth coal and a hearth coal loose fitting pants with the waistband of Augustine. Okay. A one shoulder top? One shoulder. Okay. Depending on the season, these could be wool or cotton, a belt of twisted hearth coal cloth with a buckle of aged brass, and a pair of sandals complete the ensemble. I would probably, and this is my style, I would probably say the ensemble is completed with a belt of twisted hearthcoat and aged brass and a pair of sandals. See, here you're giving us a list of stuff and you're putting the predicate of the sentence before the subject. The subject here is the ensemble. Here's your verb, and here's all of your descriptions. Okay? Usually, to be more clear, you would have the subject, the verb, and then the list of the details. So I would that. And this sentence is really long. Okay, once a petitioner has completed their primary studies, okay, so what I would do, I would say, oh wow, that's a really thick. Okay, do not. Okay, okay, they, okay, are accepted for additional training as a novitiate. Period. That and then they are given a shoulder top of hearth coal and a hearth coal loose fitting pants with the waistband of Augustine. Okay. So here you're having the shoulder top of hearth coal, but then you have a hearth coal of loose fitting pants. You, I would recommend combining those and just say they are given a shoulder top and loose fitting pants colored with hearth coal or something like that. So I would recommend that. Okay. Sorry I didn't get through it all, but hopefully I gave you some good ideas for working on that as we finish up that first those two sprints. All right. Good job. Very detailed. Love the pictures. So I'm guessing this is the novitiate right here. So that is good. And maybe this is a higher level one. Okay. But yeah, digging down into sentence level detail is a challenge. So and again, excellent work with the Heroes Forge. You know, you have some good the loose fitting pants, the shoulder thing. Not sure what this purple thing is because I was kind of imagining just the shoulder and just the pants, and then there's the belt. I'm not sure what this other cross thing is, and that could be a limitation due to Heroes Forge as opposed to your creativity, as if that could not be removed. We didn't get far enough for the sash. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Well, thank you so much. And yeah, keep on working on it.